Yep, yep, yep. Ding, ding, let's go. Respect. The tool, the faculty that makes or breaks you. So, what is respect? At least in the way that I and other people that I respect have essentially lived it, is what you pay attention to. What do you give your time, energy, effort, care, grace, the light of day for you? So, I love playing around with words. Respect. Spect. Again. To look again, right? It's slightly different than hindsight, because hindsight, like hind legs, it's like you're looking back. But respect is you're looking at something again. You are catering to something, you're paying attention to something again. And in terms of just general society, we know respect as people kind of use the word respect like reverence, like this is important, right? You need to respect your elders, you need to respect the boundaries, etc., etc. Or it's like to consider it as important. And that is true to an extent. But beneath that is the aspect of attention, giving it your internal, your metaphysical and physical attention, right? Physical attention through the senses, metaphysical attention through the thoughts, the feelings, the inklings, the intuitions, and things like that. So, it makes me think of, in my life and in the friends and family of others, sleep routine, or respect for sleep, where perhaps you've been in this situation too, where you know that you wake up plus or minus by a certain time. So if you want to get your, let's just say 8 hours, you have to go to bed by a certain time. If you wake up around 6, you want to go to bed by around 10. And to respect that is to pay attention to the clock, pay attention to your thoughts, emotions, intuitions that go on. And let's just say it's 9:45. Is the respect coming in where you're paying attention to the time, you're paying attention to what you're doing, paying attention to whether or not you're actually winding down, or just trying to go and watch the last thing, do the last thing until 8:59, and then right at 10 o'clock, you're like, all right, fine. And then maybe you're grumbling along, and maybe, one more episode, whatever. So, to really respect ourselves in this example, and obviously in life, to respect ourselves, to respect the things that we actually want to do, that we actually want to get done, it requires time and attention. And there are subtleties to the subtleties, in the sense of, okay, you may be paying attention to the clock, but are you paying attention to your grumbling or your disdain, your unwillingness, your unwantingness to wind down at 9:45, even though there's a part of you that knows it's a great idea? You wind down, turn the lights down low, you, do the brushing teeth and washing up and whatnot. If you do meal prep, if you do whatever else, sprucing up the place. And then if you're in bed, whether you have a book or whatever, and call it for what it is, I think we're all at the point, if we're not doing it already, we at least kind of know that being in front of a screen is not at all winding down. So like, you could have an aspect of your nightly, I don't want to call it routine because that sounds like lame, and when we become too disciplined, it just has diminishing returns, because it's kind of like you're becoming the teacher, but you're also the student, or it's like you're listening to the authority. Yeah, fine, whatever. And it just becomes a drag. So, I'm not going to use the word routine, but natural rhythm of the night, where you see it's 9:45 and you don't have to do a quick jump, away from your screen, just, running and jumping away. But you see it's 9:45 and you're in the middle of something screen related, and you're like, okay, I'll give it another couple minutes, but this is around the time. This is my rhythm, right? If you don't know already, search up circadian rhythm, a very real thing, a very beneficial thing to respect. Well, respecting would require you to spect it, to look at it the first time. You know what I mean. To spect it so that you can respect it. So, to do that, to have the rhythms. And chromatic scale, fretless. But anyway, the really important aspect is, like a rhythm, like a natural momentum, to respect something is to keep doing it, to keep looking at it, to keep paying attention to it. In life, like I've expressed in my channel many times, meditation, contemplation, journaling, observing the internals, the metaphysical aspects of you that is inevitable, that wants to be heard, that wants to be seen, that wants to have a platform, that wants to be known, that wants to be your partner, your soul partner. So yeah. So to respect something is to keep it in your mind, keep it in your senses, to keep it in your circle, internally and externally, to keep it with you. That's real respect. To know that it's important, to know that it is a priority, to keep it with you over time, to keep it in your attention. Not all day, every day necessarily, but with you, right? It's in your inner circle. So that's real respect. Let me see if I need to add anything else. We can keep this relatively short, because at the end of the day, what really matters about this type of content is for you to listen to it, not take it as gospel, but just to basically generally listen to it and to observe what sticks. When you said that thing, I know you talked for 8, 10, 20 plus minutes, but you said this one thing, this like 3-second thing that, right? So you would do wonders for yourself in respecting moments like that, respecting inklings and energies like that. So I'll end the video like I like to end all videos, but more explanatory. Where much respect to you, much respect to us for surviving, much respect to I came up with this word this morning, the bornucopia, right, instead of cornucopia. You know, the copious amounts of gifts that we are given, to respect that, right, to give more attention to that, more grace, more energy, more of a hell yeah, right? It's like, you know, if you do this already, or if you've heard about it, to say grace at a meal, it's a matter of respect. Prayer is respect in its fundamental form, which is, hey, there are things that are good in this life. I want to talk about it some more. I want to keep it in my consciousness some more. Life is good. I want to give a shout out, right? So that's real respect. And that's why I like to do it at the end of all of my videos, because the more we respect things like this, like the fundamentals of life, the elements, the sun, everything the sun gives, everything the earth gives, food, water, air, shelter, and all of the intricacies involved, and all the elements, right? The periodic table elements, all that external stuff, all that physical stuff, and then all the metaphysical stuff that we're given, that we get to use, you know? Don't even get me started about the will, the prefrontal lobe, right? The reticular activating system, just our general wherewithal, like our senses, all 6 senses. The fact that we're given all of these gifts in this bornucopia. It's pretty cool, right? Much respect. All right, this is Mr. Mike. Catch you later.